Hello everyone and welcome to week one. I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to do this week. I know we have a lot to read, but like I said in the intro video, we have 14 weeks worth of content to cram into 5 weeks. So it's really important for you to read a lot up front, especially since we only have 5 weeks and you actually have some tutoring to conduct in weeks 4 and 5. So with that being said, this week we're going to read chapters 2, 3, and 8 from the book Applying Reading Research and Reading Instructions for Adults, First Steps for Teachers, and that book has some really good details, especially for people who have never done any tutoring, especially with adult learners. So that's going to be really integral for you. And then you're going to also read chapters 3 and 4 from the Research-Based Principles on Adult Basic Education. So after that, there was also a couple videos that will go over the teacher and student introduction and the initial assessment. And that is just there for you to see kind of how that's done, especially if you've never done that before. They provide really good examples of what you should do when you're doing your initial interview, which is what you will do in week 3. The learning objectives this week are to identify the components of reading and reading instruction, and that is going to tie into the course objectives 1 and 2. The second module objective for week 1 is to discuss instructional strategies that are relevant to the adult learner. And this is really important because you're going to be working with an adult learner, and there's a lot of difference than working with like a K through 12 learner, especially when it comes to motivation. Motivation is integral with adult learners, and so pay attention to that as you're reading. There is a discussion of the motivation for adult learners. And this is actually going to satisfy objectives 1, 3, and 4. And the last learning objective for this week is to identify and discuss the need for assessment of adult literacy learners. And this is important because, as it's mentioned in the readings, assessment really guides the instruction process. And so there's going to be some information that you're going to dive into in the readings that will help you answer some of the questions in the reading journals in the discussion forum. The first thing that you'll want to do is go ahead and complete your VoiceThread course introductions. And I ask that you record a video just because we're a small class. Let's get to know each other a little bit. And that's usually something that's missing with online education. And so I'm hoping that engagement will get us into the course this term. And you'll see my intro video. And I've gone over a little bit about my family, my career goals, and what I do in my current position, in addition to what I provided on the course intro video. So dive into the content. I know there's a lot this week. There's going to be a lot next week. Week 3 is going to be a little bit more mellow on the readings, but we're going to be diving into assessing our adult learner in week 3. So if you have any questions about anything that you're reading or completing this week, feel free to shoot me an email. There are detailed rubrics because I'm a rubric type of gal, so look into the rubric folders to see how I will be grading you on the assessments for week 1, and let me know if you have any questions. Have fun. Have a great week.